Now, one of the big kind of watermark or benchmark movies that we've been keeping an eye on as far as, how are theaters reopening progressing. One of the big movies we've really been keeping our eye on as far as that goes, and it is great to see movie theaters opening. A lot of people, you guys wrote in saying your local movie theaters were all sold out this weekend. That's great. But we've been keeping an eye on Black Widow. Black Widow right now is scheduled to come out on May 7th. Now, that's not far away. Now, I've said for a while, I think they're going to move Black Widow one more time. And I don't think they're going to move it far. I think they'll move it like anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks. I think they'll move it anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks. Now, they haven't moved it yet. I still think they will. I still think May 7th is a little bit early for a big film like that. But Disney CEO Bob Chapek was just being interviewed about that, and they were asking him, hey, is Black Widow going to hold on to that May 7th release date? And which I've seen for a while, I don't think they will, but he said the following. He said, our situation and conditions change. Chapek said, just a few weeks ago, theaters in New York and Los Angeles weren't even open. Now, all of a sudden, they're open. So we're waiting to see how prospective theater goers respond to these reopenings. We're going to remain flexible. We'll make that call probably at the last minute in terms of how these films come to market, whether it's Black Widow or any title. We love theatrical window. We think it's important building our franchises. At the same time, we don't think it's the only way to do it. We'll see what happens over the next couple of months. So much is changing. It's such a dynamic environment. It's really hard to predict what's going to happen with consumer behavior in the next month as it comes to reemergence back into the world of the normal. We'll be watching the call carefully and make the call when we have to. So, it looks like he is still saying that, yeah, we could still very well release Black Widow on May 7th. That could still very well happen. But we're also looking at other options. Ian, by the way, sends in a super chat badge in the live chat. Thank you for that, Ian. We're still going to remain flexible. Now, again, I think what that means is that we're looking at a situation where Black Widow is probably going to be moved to mid to late June. That's my guess. I have no insider information on that whatsoever. None. That is just my speculation. I think we're going to see it move from May 7th to mid to late June, maybe even early June, but we'll see how that transpires. But one of the interesting things Chapek said is he seemed to imply that, look, we are looking theatrical. That's our priority, but it's not the only option we have. So I think, for instance, what they could be looking at, even though they said a while ago that they're going to stay theatrical with Black Widow, the message I'm getting from Bob Chapek is, look, let's say we get another resurgence. Now, right now, the COVID stuff is looking better than it has in a long time. Daily infection rates are going down. Immunizations are going up. We're seeing things open back up. That's all good. But we know that can change like that. And all of a sudden we can get another resurgence. And I think what Bob Chapek was saying was that he's keeping his options open. Because if we get another one of those, because here's the thing, as much as I think Disney is committed to Black Widow theatrical release, they also know they've already bumped this thing another times and they can't bump it 4 more months. They can't bump Black Widow another 6 months. If we get another kind of surge or whatever, I think they will do what they said before they wouldn't do, which is they may do a day and date release on Disney+. I don't think they want to do that. I think their past statements have made it clear they don't want to do that. And if everything stays as it is right now, I don't think that'll happen. I think we will get this theatrical release again. I just think it's going to be in June. Again, that's just me guessing. That's just speculation. But if we get another wave in the next 3 to 4 weeks, then I think they're done pushing this thing by multiple months at a time. And I think we'll probably get on Disney+. And that would be a shame. I know they don't want to do that, but it just sounds like right now they're trying to keep their options open. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think is going to happen here with Black Widow? Do you think it could hold on to this May 7th date? I just don't see it happening, even in the best of circumstances. Do you think, like I will, it'll get bumped another month or so, maybe into June, mid-June, late June, whatever, maybe even early July? Or do you think it's just going to be too little too late? This thing has just been bumped too many times. They're just going to end up putting on Disney+. Not what do you want to have happen? What do you think will happen What do you guys think? Jump down into the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys.